In one of the episodes this season, I introduced you to a woman, early 40s, eating the same way she always had, waking up at 3 a.m., jeans fitting different, cycle doing whatever it wanted, crying in the car and not knowing why, and somebody had told her that she's just getting older. Today, for the last episode in this season, I want to come back to her because after everything we walked through together, she's not confused anymore. And if you've been with me this whole season, neither are you. Welcome back to The War Within. I'm Dr. Brian Samuel, an OPC medicine physician. If this is your first episode, welcome. You picked a good one because today we're going to pull the entire season to one picture. As always, this is education, not personal medical advice. Let's replay the story again, start to finish. It began with understanding that women's bodies were never small versions of men's bodies. Different hormones, different stages of life, different storage patterns, different rules. Then we learned the monthly rhythm, how estrogen and progesterone shape hunger, energy, and mood in a pattern you can actually predict. Then came the confusing middle, perimenopause, where that rhythm turns into a roller coaster. Estrogen swinging, progesterone quietly leaving, and with them, the sleep, the mood, the predictability. We watched estrogen retire from a job after job nobody told you it had, directing fat away from the belly, supporting serotonin and the calm, helping insulin knock on the door, protecting muscle and bone. That's why this transition touches everything. It was never one symptom, it was one root with many branches. And through every episode, the same loop kept appearing. Broken sleep raises stress, stress raises cortisol, cortisol drives cravings, parks fat at the belly, and breaks sleep even further. Meanwhile, muscle is quietly shrinking, blood sugar handling strains, and a woman who's doing nothing wrong concludes she is falling apart. She isn't. She's caught in a connected biology, and once you see the connections, you stop attacking yourself and start working the system. So, how do you work the system? This is the part I want you to keep. Not 30 rules, 6 things, and none of them are extreme. Sleep comes first because it's upstream of everything. The cool room, the anchored wake time, the morning light, the honest look at afternoon caffeine and evening wine. When nights improve, appetite, mood, and energy follow. Strength, because muscle is your engine, your blood sugar sponge, your bone protection, and your independence. 2 or 3 simple sessions a week, starting from a chair, counts. Protein spread throughout the day, because the body can rebuild what you don't supply. Walking, ordinary and daily, especially after meals, it settles your blood sugars, burns off stress chemistry, and asks nothing of you but choose. Rhythm, steadier meals and steadier patterns because a body in transition needs signals of safety, not chaos and punishment. And when a day goes sideways, you don't restart. You just come back to normal. That skill matters more in this season than ever. And your body literacy with real support. Know your pattern, write it down, name it out loud, bring it to a clinician who listens, and if they won't, find one who will. You're the expert on your lived experience. The right doctor is a partner, not a judge. That's the whole list. Notice what's not on it. There's no perfect diet, no punishment, no war against your own body. Because the answer to this season of life was never more force. It was understanding, plus a handful of steady habits repeated with self respect. And here's the truth I want you to leave with this season: this transition is not the beginning of a decline. I've watched women come through it stronger than they've ever been, not despite midlife, but because midlife finally forced them to learn their own body, build real strength, protect their sleep, and stop apologizing for having needs. The woman on the other side of this is often more grounded, more capable, and harder to shake than she's ever been in her entire life. And that can be you, not through perfection, through steadiness for your lifestyle. If this season helped you, do me one favor, send it to a woman who's still in that confusing middle thinking she's the only one. She's not, and now you know it. So, in the next season, we'll dive more into GLP medications and the ins and out of what you should know and how it can help many women and men in whatever stage of life they're in. Have a good day.